Hello, and welcome to SUNY Coby News for the spring 2023 semester. I'm Quanique Relaford. This is a student-produced newscast staffed by communication students enrolled here at SUNY Cobleskill. Thanks for joining us. Fall open house is set to start on October 14th at 11 o'clock a.m. SUNY Cobleskill admission counselors and ambassadors will be speaking with friends and families attending the sessions about campus activities and campus engagement. Open house is an opportunity for potential students to explore different majors and minors that SUNY Cobleskill has to offer. Admissions is also offering academic and club fairs. Students and chaperones are encouraged to mingle with faculty and staff over lunch in the Champlin Dining Hall. Mingling with faculty and staff provides potential students the opportunity to learn more about their desired degree programs and possible club involvement. Admission ambassadors will also be taking students and chaperones on and off campus, giving them the chance to see not only the campus, but the village of Cobleskill as well. If you're unable to attend the first open house on October 14th, campus admissions will be hosting a second open house session on November 18th at 11 o'clock a.m. To find out more about open house or to sign up for fall open house, go to www.cobleskill.edu/open house and register now. For students on the campus of SUNY Cobleskill, the cost of living seems to go up every year. Some students find it easier to live off campus. However, inflation takes its toll on both parties. SUNY Coby News reporter Lakeisha Wright speaks with students living on and off campus about the impact on their monthly bill and financial aid awards.
With inflation on the rise in 2023, rent for off-campus housing is also on the rise. With home renters paying more every month, it can begin to affect other living expenses. Residential student Annabella Mealy explains the effect the increase in room and boarding has on her financial aid.
Well, the room and board has increased a lot. I even looked back at my old emails from when I first started, and it was like $1,000 cheaper. And this is the first semester I've also had a roommate. The past semesters, I've roomed alone, so I was worried about having the money pay for it.
Even with the Coby Wise housing grant, residential student Annabella Mealy still struggles with the cost of room and board.
Even with the Coby Wise housing grant, that only helps so much, especially with not only housing increasing, but also tuition.
Commuter student Susie Kotoku says that she is also seeing an increase in rental costs this year.
When I moved in, it was about $650 a month, but now it's about almost $800. That has put me in a very tight spot.
Kotoku says it is a challenge to make ends meet, and she's working more than ever on top of her usual schoolwork.
I work 3 jobs just trying to keep up with the rent right now. And I also have 2 cats that I take care of. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but they are pretty pricey to take care of. You need food, and also for myself, I need food. So it all adds up really quickly.
If you have any questions about a possible rent increase, be sure to speak with your landlord. And for those on campus, contact Residential Life at residentiallife@cobleskill.edu. I'm Lakeisha Wright with SUNY Coby News. Back to you in the studio.
SUNY Cobleskill is adding another program to the roster, the Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Communications program. SUNY Cobleskill is the first and only campus to have a communications program concentrated on agriculture in the Northeast. The program is up and running, and our campus encourages current and incoming students to join. The program consists of staff and faculty who provide their expertise in different academic areas while working with one another on different approaches for academic success. Students will take part in media production, including work in the field and in the studio, graphic design, and agricultural business courses to learn different creative and analytical strategies when working in their respective fields. By the end of the degree program, students will understand agribusiness principles and advanced skills in communication. Getting involved on campus is also an opportunity to acquire knowledge for the agricultural communications program. Students can join the Tiger Lily Writing Club to strengthen their communication, writing, and critical thinking skills. AG Business Club is also a start for students focused on agricultural advertising and advocating. If you're interested in this program, be sure to speak with your advisor to find out more about the Agricultural Communications program. Go to www.cobleskill.edu/agriculturalcommunications. Residential Life opens their residential assistance applications to the student body once again. Students can now apply to become a residential assistant in any of their respective residence halls. residential assistants are here to ensure comfort and safety throughout all dormitory buildings. Residential Life staff encourage students to apply to become a residential assistant to gain leadership experience on campus. Become a residential assistant can mean for community engagement programs, relationship building, and many more. Residential Life encourages all students to participate in the weekend workshop hosted October 21st at 8 a.m. Students are given the freedom to showcase their talents, thinking skills, and leadership attributes to residential directors and senior resident assistants. There are also other benefits to becoming a residential assistant, such as free room and board, Coby Cash used as a surplus financial aid voucher for textbooks, and a biweekly stipend. If interested, make sure to begin the application process now, as the application deadline for the residential assistant position is October 16th. If you have any further questions regarding the residential assistant position, reach out to your RA or Residential Life office at www.cobleskill.edu/reslife. There's more coming up. You're watching SUNY Coby News from the video production facilities here on the SUNY Cobleskill campus. Stay with us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
No cell phone service, no television or internet connections, no electricity, and in some DEC Adirondack campgrounds, no roads either. Forked Lake is just one of the 52 campgrounds that you can explore in the Adirondack Mountains of New York State. This facility is a primitive camping experience. Each site is outfitted with just the basics. You've got to hike trails or paddle a canoe to get to each site, putting you right in the middle of the area's natural beauty. Too rustic for you? That's okay. The DEC offers a wide variety of experiences, including island camping, tent and trailer sites with electricity and running water, boat launch facilities, hiking trails, beaches, and more. And it's all just a click away. To find out more and to start planning for your next Adirondack adventure, log on to www.dec.ny.gov. You'll find all the information you need to start enjoying the great Adirondack outdoors in upstate New York.
Welcome back to SUNY Coby News. I'm Kwani Relaford.
And I'm Kawan Barrett for SUNY Coby Weather.
Speaking of weather, it's starting to get chilly out there, isn't it?
You know, Kunik, I think it's safe to say that winter is for sure coming here in Cobleskill, New York.
Yeah, time we start getting those jackets all ready to come out.
All right, Kunik, but you know, hold that thought right there. If we head on over to our NOAA satellite, where we currently have our wind gusts and some clouds, you know, still clearing up here in Cobleskill, New York from you know, just this past weekend of the hurricane that took place, Hurricane O'Neil. But if we look at our current conditions for today, I think, you know, we're still hovering about a bit of a chilly weather, 55 degrees cloudy. So, you know, some cool temperatures right there. But if we look at tonight, for sure, you know, temperatures are heading downwards from 44 degrees, mostly cloudy, light winds there. And if we look at tomorrow, we have temperatures going upwards to 61, mostly sunny, mild, which is, for the most part, pretty good weather. And for Friday, we have temperatures going a bit down with 57, partly cloudy, some mixes of suns and clouds for right there. And for Saturday, we have our weather at 51 degrees with showers, 60% chance of showers there. And if we take a look at our extended look for the weekend, we have Sunday with temperatures heading upwards from 55 degrees with some chances of shower with a temperature low of 44 degrees. For Monday, we have temperatures going upwards to 54 degrees with a temperature low of 45. Still some showers right there. And for Tuesday, we have our temperatures at 54 degrees with a temperature low of 43 degrees with some showers expected in the morning. And for Wednesday, temperatures going upwards to 56 degrees with a low of 42 with, again, some showers in the morning. And for Thursday, we have temperatures going upwards again for 58 degrees with a low of 42, partly cloudy.
Thanks, Kavan, for that weather update. We'll be back with more news after these messages.
You're watching SUNY Coby News live from the video production studio on the campus of SUNY Cobleskill. Stay with us.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hello, and welcome back to SUNY Coby News. I'm Quanique Relaford. Thanks for joining us. Up next, it's time for another Campus Views segment. This week, SUNY Coby News reporter Mia McKinney looks into what the Wellness Center has to offer students here on campus, including some lesser-known services that students might not be aware of.
Hi, I'm Mia McKinney, and joining me is my guest, Lynn Ontel, the co-director of the Wellness Center. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Good. Hi, Mia. Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's my pleasure. So, Lynn, what would you say why is counseling so important for college life?
Counseling is so important for college life simply because life is hard. Yes. It's hard for college students, and as they move forward towards their degree and their transition in this stage of life, they are faced with a lot of challenges and a lot of change. And so having access to counseling services is something that could really support them at this time in their life.
Yes, it's very necessary. And how can someone get started?
To get started in counseling on our campus, we do our best to make it as simplistic as possible. So basically, a student could call the Wellness Center, or they can walk in the doors. Okay. And all they have to say is, I would like to set up counseling, or I would like to meet with a counselor, or I'd like to speak with a counselor. Any of that variation will get the process started. We'll have a provider meet with them shortly. We'll get some information, and then we'll have them set up with their first counseling appointment.
Okay. And what would you say to the people that have like any kind of negative preconceived notions about therapy?
Okay. Well, coming to counseling for the first time can be scary. It's more the fear of the unknown if you haven't been into counseling before. Sometimes it could be looked at like I have to speak to a stranger. But truly, once you get started in the process, we do our best to alleviate those fears by explaining the process and really letting the student guide the process at first and figure out where they want to use the time that they have with the counselor on what topics they want to focus on, what areas of their life they want support in. I love the example that I use with students when they first come into counseling is that I always look at it as, imagine we had a puzzle box full of pieces, and we opened it up and we would just dump it out on this table here. And usually when someone goes to put a puzzle together, the first thing they do is what? Flip over the pieces.
Yeah.
And then the next thing they do is kind of look at where are they going to start? Do they pick a color? Do they pick the edges? Do they maybe pick, certain shapes in the puzzle, and they're going to look for all those specific shapes? So the student gets to choose where they want to start, and we just work on those pieces.
Yes. Just basically making it known that, hey, it's all up to you.
Yeah.
You decide. I'm just here to guide you.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. And what would you say would be like a takeaway for anyone that's listening to this?
Takeaway. I would say that please know that we as human beings, we are not wired to go through hard things, struggles, troubling times alone. We just aren't wired that way.
Yeah.
We go through things in relationships that will support us to move forward in challenges, in devastation, in tragedy, and we draw energy from the relationships. And counseling can be one of those relationships.
Yes, it's so amazing. And going back to the counselors, and I know that y'all put a lot of emphasis of being very approachable and personable. Can you give us more information about the counselors there?
Sure. Okay, the counselors at the Wellness Center, we have 4, including myself. And I've been at the Wellness Center 23 years now. And we have, aside from myself, 3 senior counselors, Shannon Bro, Danielle Rue, and Kristen Smith. Shannon has been there 22 years, and Kristen has just joined our team this year, and Danielle has been with us 12 years. So we are a pretty solid group that have a lot to offer when we work with students in terms of expertise or experience or specialties.
That's amazing. Thank you again, Lynn, for joining me. I'm Mia McKinney, and this was Campus Views. Thank you, and have a good night.
That's all for this edition of SUNY Coby News, live from SUNY Cobleskill. I'm Quanique Relaford. We'll be here each Wednesday afternoon at 3 for this semester, coming to you from right here in the video production studio, located on the 2nd floor of Van Wagenen Library Building. For more information about the 2- and 4-year communication programs here at SUNY Cobleskill, visit www.cobleskill.edu today. You can also find the SUNY Cobleskill communication programs on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Following the hashtag SUNY Coby COMM will also help you stay up to date on our COMM program activities, including our new agricultural communications program. Once again, I'm Quanique Relaford, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon on the next edition of SUNY Coby News.